Sorry about that. Hey everybody, sorry to keep you waiting, but I couldn't hold it anymore. I just had to get this one out. A lot of you have had questions as to why I play the way I play, and why I use the builds that I've been using. I'm about to show you a prime example of the things I come across all the time in the game, and this is why I play the way I play. You see this right here? We're coming in at about 40 seconds into a ranked match, and I'm just about to give up because I am literally powerless, and this guy is spinning in circles and celebrating the fact that he's kicking my ass with mods. And I just got angry on him. Check it out.
And he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cock. The type women wanna be with them rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a...
I mean, this was just yesterday. So after that, I didn't want to fight that guy anymore. I'm sick of fighting modders, and he wouldn't leave the room, so this is what happened. Dude, no.
Yes, yes.
What's the point, guy? Why? You just prove I'm better.
You're a cheeser. I'm one of the best players. That kind of funny?
I was able to kill you while you were cheating. Bro, you cannot talk about cheese while you are cheating. You can't. There is no excuse. Best at what? Uploading mods?
I'll get a cheeser out of the way if I have to. Yes, yes?
Oh, so it's not cheating, it's justice. Wow.
I'm a hit main, FYI. Dragon Ball character user.
You're in second place on the leaderboard. You're robbing everyone out of their fair spot. We play by the rules. You mod to feel important, overpowering everyone, yet you still lost to me. I play pure. You know nothing about strategy. My strategy is real. You are in fact cheating your way to the very top and clearly lack the skill to truly belong. And you call yourself a DBZ fan. Goku would be ashamed of you.
You literally got lucky, LOL. I wasn't trying when you won. We can fight like big boys anytime. Until then, keep cheesing and be a doormat. Bandai literally made the game to have mods, silly goose. We can pick a transformation on every custom cast character for a reason. Take a hint.
How is cheating fighting with big boys? Clarify. You spin in circles celebrating that people can't hardly fight back. You realize that ain't a good look with a fake account. You're no fan at all, you're just a common troll.
Don't be silly. I told you I'm a Dragon Ball character user. I play fair without mods until I run into someone like you. Continue being a doormat.
The fact that I beat you is eating you up after you went through all that trouble of modding your account. Nah, you act a little wormy, so I'm gonna say you bought him. Who was your source? Slow Plays? Wizard? It's very clear you don't play without mods. I know people you have played against this very night. You use them in every match. This game is ruined by non-fan trolls looking to get people angry. I'm just laughing because your mods failed. It's hilarious when people come after me online talking about respect. Respect is earned. It's not given. And I encounter these people all the time. Honestly, I don't honestly give a shit about people who quit a match. I really don't care. No one should dictate anybody else's gameplay. You should play the way you want to play and have fun. There's a difference. If you're going to compete, compete. If you're not going to compete, that's fine. But if you're just some asshole who's going to go ahead and ruin that for everyone, you really don't need to be here. You don't need to even have friends or support. No one needs to back you up. You're ruining it. Let's be real. Let's be really honest. Look at that number that's to the right of your character in every room you go into. That's your Time Patroller rank. That number is directly affected by the Ranked Unlimited system, not the Ranked Limited system. Now, if you look at the Time Patroller ranks weekly that reset, when you look at people's numbers, that's supposed to be a sort of gauge of how strong people are and how often people play. The Ranked Unlimited is the meat and potatoes of this game. That's where the proving grounds for the best of the best are. That's where people are supposed to go to show their ability. But more often than not, you take a look at modders who just go in there and ruin it for everyone. Now, the biggest complaint is the quote-unquote cheese factor. Take a look at my character's builds. I only have this one account, even though I've been accused of having several accounts. I have one account, this account, and these are my builds. These are my characters. These are the characters that I use. I'm not a fan of using OC characters for the simple fact that OC characters get buffs that regular CAC characters do not. They get extra speed, they get extra durability, they get extra dexterity, they get extra grab length. All of these characters at the top echelon of this side of the spectrum all get extra buffs. I mean, it's clear why the pyramid sort of tilts towards this one angle. Everyone who claims to be cast only, all these people claiming to be cast only, they only use one of 5 characters. Any of the Goku builds, which is Goku, Turles, Bardock, etc., Cooler, Hit, Broly, Fu, and Gogeta. They use these characters specifically because A, they have unorthodox animations, B, they have all kinds of buffs like I just mentioned, dexterity, speed, grab reach, that regular CAC characters don't get and can't achieve through their builds, and C, they do it because it's easy to spam certain things. Like, for example, somebody who quote-unquote mains Hit, take a look at their strategy. 9 out of 10 Hit mainers spin around in circles and dash elbow, because Hit gets an extra durability buff during his dash elbow, which is also slightly longer than the forward dash attack of any other character in the game. So what does that mean? If you shoot a Kai Blast, which would generally stop somebody, it won't stop him. In the same way it won't stop Jiren and it won't stop Broly. Broly has a grab factor where you can hit him with 3 or 4 blasts right in the face and he will go through that and still grab you at double normal grab length. If he's 20 feet away, he can still grab you. So what does that mean? That means that people using these characters don't really have any specific skills of their own. What they're doing is they're taking advantage of animation loopholes and buffs in the system that nobody else gets. I honestly don't have much respect for people who only use Hit or only use Broly or only use Goku, because if you use any of the Goku builds, it's almost impossible to evade his back attack. You can do it, but here's the thing, he gets an extra durability buff on his back attack. So generally, when someone would go to back attack, you could hit him with a blast, or you can hit him with a punch or a kick, and that would stop somebody. That won't stop one of the Goku builds. They'll double kick right through it and break you, or stop you in your tracks. You see what I mean? So these unorthodox animations give them buffs that nobody else gets. I've heard people actually argue that, oh, the CAC characters are way more OP than the OC character. They're way more overpowered than the original character. Oh, yeah, that's why you use Hit constantly. That's why you picked Broly. Some of the biggest names on the list, some of the best fighters, supposedly, some of the best fighters that I've come across, people that would come to me later and complain that I was cheesing them, will use Broly against me, or they'll use Hit against me. And honestly, it's fucking disrespectful. I would rather you come at me with your OC and come at me with an actual strategy instead of, I don't know, hitting square triangle 700 fucking times. It's just annoying. It's really annoying. It's annoying that somebody isn't going to actually try and build the strategy, because here's the problem. This game is sort of like the pinnacle of what could be later on a Dragon Ball MMORPG. Maybe possibly a Dragon World, where people could have more territories to explore, more things to do, and still be able to sort of fly up and engage in fights and things like that. This game is sort of like the meat and potatoes of what that can evolve into in a few years. But because of the way it's going, it seems like it's going to be an impossibility. We're gonna have never-ending modders, we're gonna have never-ending cheaters, and the PlayStation isn't doing anything about it. Every time they come out with an update, it gets defeated right away. So what are we supposed to do as players? Instead of actually fixing the game, they release other games. Look at Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Dragon Ball Z Fighters may look cool to you guys, but it's using 25-year-old technology. Those 2.5D fighter games have been around for decades. Why are we going backwards? When you have a 3-dimensional fighter game, you can utilize all your axes. You can go up, you can go down, you can go back, forward, left, and right. You can plan your strategy around these things instead of only forward, only back, and having a left side advantage. It sucks. Dragon Ball Z Fighters isn't an evolution in the technology. It's not terribly impressive. I played it. Honestly, it looks exactly like Marvel vs. Capcom. And to be honest, even further, Mugen Fighters has had a version of Goku and Gohan and Vegeta and Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They've had that for the past 20 years. Mugen Fighters has had that. So DBZ Fighters wasn't necessarily a logical step for them. They have this other new Dragon Ball game that came out that's this horror survival game. It's just like, wait a minute. So the point of this Dragon Ball game is to cower in fear and run away from Cell as he's killing everyone? What? Who the fuck thought this was going to be a good idea for a game? I don't see this as a good idea for a game. I wanted more strategy. I wanted more options inside this game, and I wanted the game to be more secure. But they're not taking the time to secure this game. There's a huge swath of players that avoid these game types because of the others that are modding. Now, who knows? We could have had the Michael Jordan of this game out there who never was, simply because he didn't get the opportunity to play ranked. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying anybody's the best. I'm not even saying anybody's the worst. But here's what I am saying. We're never going to know. We're never going to know who's truly good at this game. We're never going to know who's actually the best at this game, because it's impossible. No one, and I mean no one at this echelon, is actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. It sounds like a lot of people who just want to game the system, who just want to win without actually trying to do anything, and it really sucks. It really sucks that people would take such crazy advantage, but also you can kind of see it coming. Any game where they allow it to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, you look at Xbox may have a smaller community, but the truth is it's a way more secure community. The modders on Xbox are far more niche. You never come across them in the Xbox community play. You never see them. They're so few, like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 in a small group somewhere, but that's it. That's all the Xbox modders. They're not on the networks. They get targeted by the network mods and they get kicked off. PlayStation is just not doing that. In my last video that was addressing the community, I said that, I got a suspension and they took my clothes off my character, yet they gave this guy, they allowed him to keep his drip, but they took away his mods. This guy should have been permanently banned from the system. But instead of being permanently banned from the system, they allowed him to stay, and they allowed him to keep his crazy outfit, because they actually couldn't get rid of it. They couldn't delete it. But when they suspend somebody, oh, well, you have DLC content, so we're going to make sure you don't have access to that DLC content while you're offline. God damn it. It is such a redundant, fucked up system that just does not back the legitimate player, and it's a bunch of bullshit. That's pretty much all I got. I mean, thanks everybody for tuning in. We do have another episode of Dragon Ball SOF coming out, so stay tuned for that. Links will be in the description below. And all I can say to you purists, you legitimate players out there, you guys who like actual battle and actual contest, good luck finding it. Take care.
Me.